It's hard to truly think so many are gone. Mother and father. That's one thing. But my older brother just gone. And my other. Half the man he once was. I admit, for quite a while I didn't really care what this order of the Pariah wanted. Not really. I just wanted to get them off my back. But now, I will make sure they pay for blood with blood. Whatever it is they want, I will make sure it does not happen. Not only for my family, but mainly just for my own satisfaction. This is Red Moon role-playing.
Encrypted probe received. Unknown signal echo from Azrak 3. Analyzing consortium registry. Correlating with the Ghazali logs. Positive identification.
By the icons, we found her.
Data analysis, special branch, Coriolis, CC 62. The peoples of the horizon have begun a new cycle. Coriolis cycle 62. On Dabaran, a child looks across the seemingly endless desert towards a darkening crimson sky. In the darkness above, we see the Dar's freighters wait for portal clearance to the Uharu system. The Red Moon is one of those ships. As you go into stasis, you hear Suleiman making the final preparations for the shadow jump with one of the bulk freighters that have just been given permission to enter the portal. Sleep. Void. Wake up. Uharu. A binary system, rich on resources, that includes its sibling star, the brown dwarf Zuhal. 23 moons and 3 dwarf planets orbit it, and it is believed to have already devoured half of the system's original celestial bodies. What remains can essentially be described as a huge asteroid belt surrounding the star. When the first Cum arrived in the third horizon, the binary system quickly became important. Its proximity to Dabaran, paired with its plentiful natural resources and abundance of flora and fauna, made it a contested system. Dabaran Dars fought endlessly with local colonists, organized as the Free Uharan Army, and since the Zenith's arrival, the Colonial Agency and the Foundation have joined the conflict, backed up by the might of the Legion. Pig. Uharu 21, Najila, is one of the moons orbiting Zuhal. How does it feel to be in your home system again? What was it that you went through here? What was it that made you want to leave all those years ago?
A lot of things happened. This is where I grew up. Though as I did grow up, I never got to see it like this. Of course, I was down on the planet side. And so, my family was part of the revolution there. Me and my sister, we played games and we had fun like any other kids, except that, well, thanks to our uncle, we were both biosculpted in different ways, hoping we'd be of help to the resistance. And so we were supposed to. Her with her legs and quick speeds, being able to jump up and get into places, run fast, plant a bomb. Me, well, to make sure I could help out with complex mechanic operations using my 4 arms as one. But much of that never really happened. What happened instead was things turning ugly with me and my parents mostly getting involved with the bad sides of the revolution and ultimately suffering a fate themselves. Well, they died, along with my sister. Me, I joined the revolution like a teenager, doing what I could do. I fixed weapons, and I even fired quite a few of them myself. Quite a few rounds shot at the Legion at that point. Friggin' bastards. Legion. Joining with the hegemony and the Zenithians. Being on the wrong side of things, even though they weren't even... I mean, they were firstborns. What were they even doing with that? pisses me off just thinking about it. There's a lot of memories coming back here. A lot of names, a lot of people I served with and served for. Yeah. I remember especially there was one guy, not sure I ever met him, but everyone is talking about him all the way back then as well. They called him the High General, Abbassar Duke. He believed so much could be done, and he had some kind of magical force around him, or I don't know how he made things happen. It was like anything could be done as long as he was there. That was also the time that I met Al-Halim. We were in the same group, fighting together, talking a lot. Talking about the icons, about faith, about spiritualism. And that's when we realized that together we could create something different. He's a charismatic bastard too. Could make things happen. Had a lot of contacts. I never understood how he got those. Somehow got involved with the syndicate. Got a lot of money to perform some operations, and that's how we eventually got the Red Moon. Got this ship that we're now sitting in. Registered here as an Uharu ship. And possibly the key of us getting access to come in without too many questions being asked.
Indeed, you have gotten a cover story for your ship that will hopefully allow you to pass through the Order of the Pariah's blockade of the Uharu system. Aisha is at the sensor station. This is her job, after all. Boy is sitting next to her, having gotten a small headset of his own to listen into the transmissions. Meanwhile, Carlo, you have already gone to the helm.
Sahib, the jump was successful. Welcome to Uharu. I have identified 2 Order Monastery cruisers, flagged as the Alit Sama and the Talik Al-Nar. The 7 bulk freighters have set a course for the moons, and my sensors indicate that the Monastery cruisers are now in the process of confirming their credentials. We can expect to be contacted shortly.
Your guests have also awoken. With you are the 2 legionnaires, Dala and Jasma, remaining in a state of somewhat undress after the stasis, but seemingly totally unbothered by remaining this exposed. Both their bodies show extensive scarring from the battles they have been in. Dala even has a metal reinforced cranium that you have noticed that she taps when she gets bored. That too likely from some form of battle-related injury. They seem to be deliberately displaying these injuries that they have overcome as a badge of honor. Dala is practicing stances with her Dura sword, while Jasma is checking her Legion carbine, featuring the mark of the Steel Skulls unit that they belong to. Carlo, does seeing these legionnaires affect you in any way?
Not really. It's not like I've never seen legionnaires before, and all the battle scars and showing off, well, good for them. Makes them seem confident and powerful, and I respect that. After all, as fun as it was, acting as I'm supposed to, the truth is, for some time I've liked to think I was quite good at hiding my true self, and pretending to be someone just like these sorts. A merc, a pilot, a rogue. So, it doesn't affect me. I'm too busy admiring my new little toy that I made sure to pick up just before we left. A twin carbine. Much longer range than a Vulcan carbine. Packs a bit more punch, and it's silent as well. Suits me much better, being far away from the action.
Yes. What have you picked then? You know the Steel Skulls. You said it yourself. You shot at some of them. They were on Najila. You might even have killed some of them.
Fucking Steel Skulls. I can't even process the fact that they're on the ship. Like, it's a bit too much. I've got a lot of things to sort out and to work with, okay? They're just... Right now, they're a little bit of static that is happening in the peripheral of my vision. I'm not even gonna acknowledge that they're there because I'm thinking of bigger things, alright? I'm thinking about Al-Halim and what he said to me and the things I want to do. Yeah. As well as tinkering away with the weapons. So you're saying, Carla, you're not using the Legionnaire carbine then that we found back there?
No, I think if you want that, I'll happily let you have it. I decided I preferred something a little more stealthy.
I'm gonna have spent some time customizing that and make it look less Legion and a little bit more pig. I like making my weapon look a bit clean and nice and, yeah, not shiny necessarily, but white's a good color for a weapon. Makes it look like a cleaning tool, which is the way I like thinking of them of. Get rid of some of the more dirty things that we don't need around anymore. That's what I'm thinking to myself as I've been painting it over and modifying the support for it, and maybe even the magazines and the clips.
And also with you on this mission is Nadina Sarish from the Special Branch, the Consortium's Special Branch. It's basically their intelligence agency, their secret police, something along those lines. She's a woman in her late 30s with dark hair and olive skin. Her gaze is sharp, and in your conversations thus far with her, you've always felt as though she's trying to get you to reveal your secrets to her. She's clearly a spy, and presumably a fairly good one at that. She's checking a document on a tabula while getting dressed. The boy has moved away from Aisha and is now looking out to the bright star of Uharu through the duraglass of the bridge's observation window. He motions for you to join him, Pig.
I put down what I was working with and coming over to him, looking in my pockets where I put that little mini bot that I was making, trying to figure out how to make a centipede. So many legs. It's a very complex kind of motion when they move forward. I'm thinking to myself as I dust myself off and come over. Hey, what's up?
He nods to the distance, and you see a video screen that is picking up what he's nodding towards. There's the silhouette of a glyph-covered monastery cruiser that is approaching. It's contrasted starkly against the star. The comms crackle to life. A voice with a clear Solosian accent is speaking.
Unidentified vessel in Sector 5. This is Salah Hakim aboard the Elite Sama. In the name of the martyr, state your business and reason for entry into this restricted system.
And Nadina looks to the two of you. Well, let's see if our cover story holds then. And your cover story is that your ship is a vessel in the fleet of Emir Ramalan the Elder, the Lord of Barey, and therefore cleared to pass through the blockade under the Order's trade agreements with Dabaran. Your transponder has been altered to match with that as well. She is now waiting for either of you to reply to these comms. So, fleet of Emir Ramalan the Elder, Lord of Barey, and therefore cleared to pass.
I smile a little and look towards Pig as I give them a shove and say, well, time to sell the story. Feel free to add in a little, religious stuff. You're always better than that than me.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. You and the icons, you faithless Nithian bastard. I pick up the comms and I say, yeah, hello, this is the crew of the Alamar Red Moon. We are part of the fleet of Emir Ramalan the Elder, the Lord of Barey. So we're coming back from a patrol tour and hope to reunite with our fleet.
This is going to be a manipulation roll. And you're going to roll against Salah Hakim.
Okay, so do we have any kind of standing, any reputation that we can use?
You have a story here that is supposed to pass muster. So I think we can say that because you are part of this Emir and Emir's fleet, and because you have stated reasons that should make sense, at least on paper, we can give you a +1 to this roll. It could be more, but you are also up against a monastery cruiser, so they are not necessarily all that worried or all that... they're in no way feeling threatened by you, if I can put it that way.
As Pig takes the comms, I'll just stand by their side and give them a smile and a thumbs up, like you've got it. Just remember, put a little more of that diplomacy, praise the icons, I don't know.
You could perhaps also transmit your the pass that you have, the information on the via the computer system as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with that kind of thing. I'm much better at sending texts than being in the... Yeah, well, I'm a messenger kind of person. Anyway, with Carlo standing there next to me, I just click off the comms for a second. I just look at him and I say, "Oh, icons. Damn it, I wish Farouk was here. He'd be the best at these sort of things."
I sigh a little and nod, saying, "No, you're right. We're gonna have to make do."
I get 1 success.
You will not have any successes because their 6 has cancelled out yours. Would you like to pray?
And I just hear this kind of silence on the radio as they're processing what I just said. And I close my eyes and I think, "Old merchant, I know you're out there. I know you're not one of those fake bastard emissaries. If you ever want us to get through with what we're doing, please be here for us." And I get another success.
Yes, that checks out.
You get back from Salakim on the Elite Sama.
Please proceed to your destination. May the martyr be with you.
And you.
I let out a sigh and pat Pig on their back and say, "Well done. So, Nadina, what exactly was the plan again? Did you think at least? Because now we're here, we're going to have to come up with a way of finding this ship, getting on it, I suppose, and, well, beating everyone else to it, the competition."
Indeed we do. We will have to approach silently. As soon as we're out of the sensor reach of these monastery cruisers, we're going to turn off our transponder, and then we're going to approach as quietly as we possibly can, just in case. But before we do all that, how about some breakfast?
Oh yeah, I'm starving.
Well, what kind of breakfast do you serve on the Red Moon, actually?
Well, if it's me, it's usually stews of different kinds, like aubergines and vegetables and mixes, kind of spicy things. But now, as of late, there's usually a bit of dates in there too. I'm not a huge fan of dates, but you know, Deathlord is really loves them, as we found out from that time when we were down in Bays and ages ago. It feels like.
I confess, for me, a lot of the time, it's nutritional value. I need things that can keep me up, keep me awake, keep me active, especially when I'm out here roughing it. And I am roughing it. I mean, yes, I have a nice trim to my beard now. Yes, I finally have a good coat again. But, well, I've had to cut back a little on the foundation and blusher. As much as I think they make me look quite nice. In regard to this mission, I have a feeling we're going to have to do our best to try and play down being Zenithian, and at least if we're interrogated or captured or seen, pretend to actually be these Dabrani.
Indeed. So, yes, what ultimately ends up being served then?
Algae cake. That's the special of the day. Got some nice algae down on the surface, and that's gonna run out sooner or later, and we'll have to do with what we can grow in our arboretum. Well, no, we buy supplies, we do. The arboretum is just a little hobby project of mine. But today, it's algae cakes.
Algae cakes for everyone it is. And as you're preparing that, Aisha comes up to you, Carlo, with a big smile on her face. Exciting. Is this the kind of spy stuff that you did during those years when we hardly saw you? I think I can get used to this.
Well, sort of, I suppose, yes. Granted, this is slightly bigger, and at the same time slightly... Well, we didn't have 2 legionnaires with us. We tended to have to rely on 1 sword and 1 gun. Oh, and occasionally Pig would have a nice weapon or 2.
Well, it's started off really, really well, so let's see what happens next.
Well, Aisha, first real test. We can open this up to everyone, I say with a bit of a smirk to the table. We need to get to that moon. We need to get aboard that ship. But we're surrounded by a whole fleet of Nakatra, to put it bluntly. How are we going to do that? How are we going to get past all these lovely pariah folk without getting shot before we even try boarding the ship?
Well, subterfuge, of course, Nadina says, and the legionnaires adjust their carbines. And perhaps some shooting. It'll be fine. Let's enjoy the breakfast now. And she leans in and raises a chipped Dabaran clay mug as you are sitting down for the algae cake. A toast to bountiful findings. May the messenger bless us with good data, and let us pray that the lady's cape has sheltered the Saphira from the darkness, and may her flower hide our mission from the watchful eyes of the Order. And while the legionnaires toast with her, do you join in the toast?
I will toast, but I'm a little hesitant again. I'd love to be completely relaxed about all this, but I can't be. This is serious stuff. This needs to work. We need to get in and get out, and sometimes these sort of missions have a habit of going slightly wrong, at least in my experience. I look to Pig and see if they seem as relaxed as everyone else.
I look at Nadina, and it's a pretty impressive toast, I say, and I do raise my glass and join you in it, and may the gambler help keep our eyes open as we make our way in.
Indeed. Well toasted. Let me guess. You are Uharan, aren't you?
Yep.
I can tell these things.
Born and bred. This is, like coming back to, your old burning school yard.
Well, that certainly is a comparison.
Yeah. It's not exactly what I was hoping to, where I was hoping to be after all the troubles that went through. You ever been in these systems?
Me? No. But Dala and Jasma here, I think they have. Dala, you fought in the wars here, right? And Dala nods, and Jasma as well. Spent some time on Najila. It was brutal.
Yeah, you could tell me about it. It would have been much better for our side if we didn't have all these first come thinking that they'd been better off joining the Zenithians on the other side.
Huh, so you were with the rebels, huh? You really put up quite a fight.
That I was, I say, and I crossed two of my arms while holding the drink in the other and an algae cake in my fourth hand. Yeah, those were the days, eh?
Yeah, I have a bit of a souvenir from my time here. Jasma reveals a large wound on her upper arm. It's still rather in a state of undress. They haven't really gotten dressed since they did their practice earlier there. But no hard feelings, eh? We just do what we're told, right?
Yeah, I'm not really part of that kind of fight anymore, so not like I care. As long as you're firing in the right direction this time.
Of course. We're a team. We're going to solve this mission together. You see the boy, he's eating and he's playing with one of the friend bots that you gave him earlier. The bot is building a small pyramid of sugar cubes.
I go over to him. Hey, look at that. Did you program him to do that?
He nods.
That's good. You're getting somewhere with that. It's really something.
He smiles proudly.
I go over to Carlo and I say, hey, Zanoni, hey, you're not gonna eat?
I'm eating. It's just, you know me, we have people with a plan, we have lots of guns, but this is still dangerous, and I'd like it to be dealt with as soon as possible, really.
Yeah, okay. What would you rather be doing? I say, and I munch away a little bit in my cake.
I flex my fingers a little as I reply, I don't know, being in a pleasure house or a nice bar, having some fine drink.
No, I mean, really though, that's not the life you chose, man. I mean, what happened before all this? I mean, did you study at the Zenith Aviation Academy? I say, and I kind of turn to the side, looking a bit like examining you.
Yes. Yes, that part of my story is still true. I am a pilot. You've seen me pilot.
That explains a lot. Hot damn, that's the best aviation. Well, it's the only place to learn the proper things. Man, I knew you were pretty good, but this is gonna... well, I'm never gonna look at you the same way again, I feel. And I look, like I'm feigning sentimentality in a stupid kind of way.
Well, don't worry, Pig. It's still me. I'm still here to... Well, I suppose things have changed. I was just having some fun, you know. Everything we did was just a bit of fun. I just wanted to enjoy existing. I still do. Yes, now I have obligations and duties, but I don't really want them. Not really, I don't know. All I know is that the Order of the Pariah have screwed me and you, and I'm looking forward to screwing them back for a change. I don't know why they want this ship, but, well, whatever it is, they're not going to get to use it for what they want. That's why we're here, that's what I want to focus on.
Everyone wants this ship, Nadina says. It's very important. It holds the answers to whatever happened over in Tawan. It's a big mystery for everyone.
Is it such a big mystery? I don't know. I mean, at this point, don't we just assume I don't know all the miners died? Maybe they exploded, maybe there was a factory leak. I never really cared that much. It was all... And I do pause then. Well, it was Farouk. He was the captain, and I was doing what my captain told me to do. That's the reason we went in the first place, and look how that turned out.
Well, it didn't turn out too bad. We got one emissary down and just 3 to go, I say, and I look really stupid.
Yes, Pig, 1 emissary down, 2, 4, 3 to go. I'm sure that's a good thing, probably.
Yeah, well... So... And I actually look a bit troubled. Do you actually mean that you're gonna step back into I don't know what? No politics? No nobility? I mean, this is just so foreign. You want me to call you Azam? Because I'm not.
It is my name. Although, to be fair, for this mission, I think Carlo will do. We don't want the Order knowing that the hegemony are right here under their noses. Besides, we might not be the only ones, you know. The other houses might be here. But I don't know. I just have to do what... I need to step up, Pig. My family... I've been wronged. I have been wronged. And I need to sort it out. Was that sorted out? I don't know. I mean, my brother is the new heir. And I guess I'll just do whatever he needs. Then maybe see if I can't get away a little for at least a holiday or something. Let all this nonsense that's coming blow over.
Well, I guess it's a lucky coincidence that some of the things that he needs might coincide what, we, as a crew, can sort out together. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good, just like you said, Nadina. It's gonna be exciting. Get in there. Yeah.
I lean over and just mutter quietly to Pig. What exactly is it Pig wants? I mean, obviously you want work. You could always just work. I could get you something, I don't know. Basic resource management or something that gets the Red Moon out there flying around doing something less horrifically dangerous. Maybe even can be a little dangerous. I smile.
Yeah, what does Pig want? I say, and I give you a little tricky smile. Listen, I wanna support you. I wanna make sure you get the things that you need in order to maintain your place. I mean, not to be crude or anything, but I could imagine it being tricky when the family is taking such a blow. You'll need contacts. You'll need people to work with. As things happen to be, I actually talked to an old a mutual acquaintance of ours. I mean, we don't need to talk about this now, but it could be some things that are setting up on an old Kua that might be of assistance to you.
All right. I can certainly consider it. Again, it wasn't supposed to be like this. Aram was supposed to lead everything, and, Carol was the one who is in the fleet. I was just supposed to be extra. Supposed to just do my job and be a good little boy, and I just wanted to live a little, and now, well, maybe I have to grow up, but all I know is people are trying to mess with my family. I don't care about all this, what's going on in the Third Horizon, not really, but I do just want to not die anytime soon.
Yeah, and if we can mess some of the order up as we go along, then all the better, right?
Exactly. They have to pay. They successfully have killed several of my family members. They tried to kill Aisha, and they tried to kill you and me. And I don't like that. I don't like it when people try and kill me, Pig.
Oh, really? I thought that was just one of those weird fetishes that all Zenithians had.
No, not quite, no. Anyway, let's finish breakfast and...
Yeah.
Get ready for some infiltration?
And you finish the breakfast. There's some small talk happening. People are talking about why they are on this mission. Nadina talking about her past, working in the Quadrant of the Pillars, colonial agency. She's apparently been part of negotiating with the Alabaster Council in Corsabad, which is a group of corsairs, actually. It's a very fancy name for what's basically pirates. And she apparently was quite good at that, and that's when the Special Branch took notice. Dala and Jasma, meanwhile, you find out, spent some time on Algol after Uharu, but they don't really want to go too far into that, but it seems to be more of this fighting to suppress rebels that they were doing on Uharu as well, which is perhaps not something that you look at too kindly, Pig, but, well, the conversation on that part is fortunately quite brief. The breakfast then comes to an end, and what will now follow is a journey towards Azrak 3, this moon of Zuhal. And the journey there will actually take 3 days, and what you basically have leading up to there is empty space, more or less. Is there anything that you wish to do before you reach Azrak 3? Anyone you want to talk to, or that you would like to, anything you would like to do on the ship?
I suppose I'd be interested in getting to know this Nadina a little more. She seems a little different from the Legionnaires. Don't get me wrong, the Legionnaires are here and they'll be useful, but they are expendable. At the end of the day, and I don't really care about them, and I doubt they care about me. But this consortium agent, I'm curious what her game is. Is she just helping out to get in with a hegemonist faction family, or is there something more?
As you speak to Nadina, of course, you also know what you heard from Elena during the briefing. The relationship between the consortium and the hegemony has been breaking down recently. What happened on Coriolis, the fact that this per order of the Pariah strike force was able to operate fairly openly there, that's something that's a bit of a blemish on the reputation of the consortium, who are the ones who are running the Coriolis station. The Zenithian hegemony is more and more seeing that they are not capable of protecting Zenithian interests in the Third Horizon. So, in a way, this mission together is a way to try to get the two Zenithian sides to work together towards a common goal and perhaps start to rebuild some of that trust that existed in the past but has been breaking down recently. Whether it will be successful or not is something that is yet to be seen. But that's one thing, of course, that you learn during the conversations with Nadina as well. But aside from that, she is very much this spy, this secret agent who is very interested in finding out what has happened with the Saphira, because that is information that is incredibly valuable and will be valuable to the corporations of the consortium, as well as to the Zenithian hegemony. So there's a lot of opportunities here to do something that a lot of people care about. It's a great career move, and will be one for her if she can get through this.
Well, I can appreciate the ambition, and she could be useful, so I'll be nice, why not? And I'll go over with my plans with her, and, of course, Pig, saying how I do things. I'd like this to be quick, quiet. I don't think we need the ship itself, do we? Simply, if we can just find a data terminal or its main console room or main database, then we can download all the information we need, and then maybe just get out of here, let them keep the ship. Although, well, depending on what they're planning, I suppose a bit of sabotage could be good as well. But let's leave that for when we actually find out what they want, because that's what I would like to know. What do they actually want with this ship? Why do they care so much about what happened on this doomed mining colony?
As you say, the thing that we need is the emerald disc of the Saphira, the one that shows what happened to them. That's the main thing. The question is, what's going to be left of the ship? Why is it here to begin with? It entered via the Hamura system, and now it's been shot out on the other side in Uharu. There's something very strange about all that, don't you think?
As a pilot, granted, I'm more a physical pilot than a intellectual pilot. Is there any space phenomena I know of that can explain how sometimes a ship can get to one place and end up in another? Something to do with the jumping systems or space travel?
Well, as a general rule, you are jumping from one portal to another, from one system to another, and the systems are arranged in basically a chain. So to get to one system, you have to go through all the systems that lead up to there. You cannot jump from one side of the Dabaran circle to the other directly. You have to go through each step, which is what makes trade take quite a long time in the Third Horizon, even if you have portals to rely upon. But there have been stories of ships that have tried to do blind jumps, for example, or have made miscalculations in their portal jumps that have ended up in different places than they were supposed to be. Many have not come back at all. Many have disappeared somewhere in the dark between the stars. But there have even been reports of cases where ships have emerged a long time after they entered, that they have been stuck, seemingly, before coming out. And that's also a possibility here, you think to yourself as you're looking at what might have happened here. But it's very strange. It should not have been coming out in Uharu. It should have come out in Tawan. That's what should have happened. So why is it coming out in Uharu? It's seemingly skipped over the system.
I mean, it's not totally unheard of for ships to end up where they're not supposed to go, but you're right, it is unusual that it somehow ended up here. Like it skipped a gate or two. Which, well, I'm sure as you know, is supposed to not be possible. But, well, maybe they found a way.
Well, whatever was on the other side, whatever was in Tawan, probably had something to do with it, and well, hopefully the Emerald Disc will have the answers that we need to that, she says, and the conversation ends there unless you would like to ask her something else.
No, I think for now I'll just look over the data, doing my best to... Well, I suppose we would have what the ship is supposed to look like, right? So, even though we don't know what it looks like now, maybe I'll be looking at the old data and seeing possible entrance routes and ways we could get to the disk quickly as possible, depending, of course, on how the ship is currently.
Indeed. Well, it's a very large destroyer, military ship, and yes, you have the drawings of it, you know how it looks like, and you see that the most readily available entry point to the ship, depending on what state it will be in. Will it be in one whole part? That would be kind of strange, but not impossible. there might be openings that have come from any kind of accidents that might have happened. But if the ship were to be in one piece, then getting in through the hangar is most likely going to be your best option. And that's how you normally get into ships like this, right?
It is. Good then, I'll look that over. And I'll set up, as we have the time, try and set up my datagen to be ready to hopefully bypass all security systems, all doors. Of course, that might not work on the day, but at least I can be prepared.
Well, you will prepare for being able to open up doors then on the Zephyra. What of you, Pig? What do you do during these days?
I think I'll go to the chapel every morning if I... Actually, I'll probably go 3 times a day if things allow. I prefer to keep my prayers regular.
Yes, during these 3 days, there's ample time to do that. You're just heading towards the moon. That is what you're doing, and fortunately, there's not a lot of traffic to worry about here. There's no corsairs or anything like that. The Order has this place completely locked down and very secure.
Yeah, well, at least that's smooth sailing then, considering this route of the third horizon is usually, well, not the smoothest one. People have been experiencing all kinds of things in this side of the Dabaran Circle. It's strange almost, seeing it this peaceful.
Is there anything else that you do during these 3 days, Pig?
Well, the thing is that ever since I operated on Aisha, I essentially, put her together again. And from what happened then, and from what I saw I saw my sister being there, and we were performing the surgery. Well, I was doing it, but she was there and talking to me, and as Aisha woke up, that all kind of faded, but I feel this strange kind of connection to her. I don't know if it's because she's a friend of Farouk, like a captain, or if it's something else, but I kind of keep skulking around where she is, feeling a bit shy, not really daring to make contact. I don't usually hang out with girls, I guess. It's just usually been the captain and Carlo and some other people, but there's something about her that just brings back memories of being with my sister. So whatever she's doing, working the senses, or if it comes to eating or anything else, I just I lurk around a little bit. I try not. I want to talk to her, but I never kind of feel an in a way.
So who do you think it is that will break that ice and get the conversation to happen? Will it be Peg or will it be her?
I think maybe Carlo noticed this after a while, because Carlo knows me and knows that something is up and I'm doing something. So I don't know if you either gonna make the conversation happen or just push me to talk to her, or the other way around, or whatever.
I suppose I'd notice you being a little suspicious and constantly hanging around, and I'd consider what that means, and then one day I'd just be like, she's busy at the moment, Pig. She has a lot of work to do. She wanted to be with us, and so she has to put some work in. So you shouldn't distract her too much.
I'm not doing anything. I was just I was on my way down to the engine room. I just thought that maybe she needed help with something, and because I know the ship very well, and I was and I kind of look a bit lost for words.
I tilt my head and then just loudly announce to the not too far away Aisha. Aisha, over here, Pig wants to check something that you've been working on, and I don't have time to check it myself, so you two can just sort it out. I've got to I pause a bit there because you'll have noticed that lately I've been struggling to kind of take the position of command. After all, technically, me and Pig are both in command. But you've been able to see that every now and again I want to say Farouk this and Farouk that, and I just trail off a little. So that happens again, and I go, I should be somewhere in the cockpit. Just sort it out, enjoy, bye, and I walk off.
What do you think that she calls you? Did she say Azam, or did she say Carlo out of respect for your identity?
She probably says Azam, because to be fair, we didn't ever really speak that much during the whole mission thing, and since then I've been Azam the whole time. So I think, yeah, Carlo, she knows, is like my code name, but I think she'd still call me Azam.
Yes, that would be what's most natural. Sure, Azam. What's up, Pig?
I'm wondering if you're feeling like you're comfortable, you got everything, and the ship makes sense to you, and you, how you doing? You okay?
She smiles at you. Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I feel welcome here. Your little assistant, he's been particularly helpful as of late.
Oh yeah. He's really quite clever, you know. He picks up a lot of things quite quickly, I mean, look, we do a lot of things, like all of us, all the time, and some things that I think it would be nice to just have an extra set of hands. And
well, you know all about that, huh? She's just kind of trying to make a bad joke at the fact that you have a lot of hands.
I laugh a bit awkwardly, and I say, yeah, can't get enough of them, I say, and I flex.
Hey, Pig, I've been meaning to ask you, actually. What's his name? I mean, he doesn't speak back, so it's not been super important up until now, but he has a name, doesn't he?
Well, not that we actually, like, officially know. He probably does, but when the whole accident happened, I think he was taken by accident, thinking originally that he was one of, you know, your kind, like the Mystics. But then it turned out he wasn't, and he was kind of just a leftover of some sort. So I don't know about him, about his family. I don't know what his name is. I thought Murat is a nice name, so I suggested that, but and maybe he liked it, maybe he didn't. Sometimes it's hard to tell, so now I kind of just call him different things. I don't know if he'll say something to you in some kind of way. I mean, you got special ways of like finding out things about people, maybe with your, I don't know. Can you kind of like talk to him in your mystic kind of way?
Never been able to do that. I think Farouk could do that, but
yeah.
But maybe it will reveal itself one day. That's been the thing about these powers. They just kind of come, and then I can do things that I couldn't do before.
You got really nice hair.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
She just laughs a little awkwardly. Thanks. You too.
I don't I don't have any hair.
No, it's your style, right? You made it like that because you like it like that, right?
Yeah, I do like it. It's just you know, when I was I like hair. Hair's nice on. It looks nice on you. I kind of, you know, saying that before that maybe I could braid your hair, and I was wondering if I could actually have you ever had where you can.
Would you like to braid my hair, Big?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's not a problem, we could watch. Do you like Gilded Veils?
Sure. Yeah, I love Gilded Veils.
Okay. Well, maybe I was thinking we could watch I think some new episodes came out recently, and maybe we could watch that. I could braid your hair. I mean, it's not like we have to do it if you're busy and stuff, but it's like...
Well, let's do it. It'll be fun.
Okay. I mean, Hija Tarakono is... she's something, right?
Oh, yeah. So beautiful.
Okay. Well, okay.
So later then, or?
Yeah, later. I'm just gonna check on the fighter ship in a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
My XO.
Well,
okay.
See you later then, Pig.
Yeah. See you later.
So, the time then has passed, and you are finally coming up upon Azrak 3. There's a faint sliver of thin atmosphere that's dimly illuminated by the gold and purple rays of Zuhal. The monitors on the bridge are full of sensor data about the ring of debris that's trapped by the pull of the small moon. Aisha is speaking to you. The signal is weak, but it should be here somewhere. And this is when Nadina points to the sensors and says, unfortunately, we've run into a complication. And you see the Legionnaires instinctively reach for their Vulcans as one of the monitors begins flashing rapidly. There's a large salvage vessel that's appeared on your scanner. It's already orbiting Azrak 3 in the midst of what used to be the Proud Zephyra. This debris field, it is the ship, what's left of it anyways. She has clearly been returned from the void. You are where you need to be, but you are not the first ones here. You have listened to an episode of Red Moon Roleplaying, where we play the campaign Mercy of the Icons for Coriolis, which is published by Free League. The music was created by Alpha Zone and Sabled Sun, and was used with permission from their label Cryochamber. Please check out cryochamber.bandcamp.com or their YouTube channel for more of their lovely dark ambient. We also use the official Coriolis soundtrack by Stars on a Black Sea. We would like to give massive thanks to our champions of the Red Moon: Martin Heuschober, Simon Cooper, David, Julia, Camilla, Bob Lange, Cameron, Graham Barey, Doug Thomson, Lily, and Mike Parker for their generous support. And we would of course also like to thank all of our other patrons. Without your support, the show would not be possible. If you want to support our work, please check us out on Patreon. You can get access to bonus campaigns for Cult of Many Lost, Call of Cthulhu, and Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay there. And you can also get early and raw access to all of our recordings, and hear your name read on the show as a champion of the Red Moon, as well as even play some Cult with us. Most importantly, that support is what keeps the show going, so do check us out there. Thank you again for listening, and remember that Uhaya has traversed the darkness to guide us.